Mining in Iran is underdeveloped, yet the country is one of the most important mineral producers in the world, ranked among 15 major mineral-rich countries, holding some 68 types of minerals, 37 billion tons of proven reserves and more than 57 billion tons of potential reserves worth $770 billion in 2014. Mineral production contributes only 0.6% to the country's GDP. Add other mining-related industries and this figure increases to just 4%. Many factors have contributed to this, namely lack of suitable infrastructure, legal barriers, exploration difficulties, and government control over all resources. The most important mines in Iran include coal, metallic minerals, sand and gravel, chemical minerals and salt. Khorasan has the most operating mines in Iran. Other large deposits which mostly remain underdeveloped are zinc, copper, iron, uranium and lead. Iran, with roughly 1% of the world's population, holds more than 7% of the world's total mineral reserves. Economics. Close to 30% of the country's investment has been made in the mining field in recent years. In 2008, 45% of the stock market's capitalization was in the mineral industries. In 2008, the share of the mining sector and mineral industries increased to over 5% in GDP. The sector with the highest profit margin among the top 100 Iranian companies in 2009 was mining, with a margin of 58%. While those in the Fortune 500 had a gross profit margin of 11%. In the first quarter of 2009-2010, Iran exported close to 5.6 million tons of mineral products worth over $1.2 billion. In 2009-2010, the mining sector had exports reaching $8.13 billion, accounting for about 32% of the country's non-oil exports. Every year, the iron ore price is determined by the government after negotiations between iron ore and steel producers. In 2008, the average price of iron ore was set at $56 per ton. The steel, cement and iron ore prices are currently being liberalized in Iran. In March 2012, the Iran Mercantile Exchange announced the complete liberalization of the sale price of raw steel and byproducts. Iran's mineral reserves are valued at more than $770 billion. In 2005, 3,125 operating mines, 2,747 and 378 mines were run by private and public sectors respectively. As of 2010, 5,574 mines are being exploited in 30 provinces of the country. The rate of extraction from these mines stood at approximately 217.5 million tons in previous years. More than 100,000 people are presently engaged in the mines sector, while as a whole some 500,000 people are employed in the mine sector. The number of operating mining units stands at 20,375. National Iranian Mining Company is the world's 23rd largest mining company with 0.6% of the world's total mining production. Exploration projects implemented by the National Geology and Mineral Exploration Organization in the 3 years period of 2005 to 2008 are 6 times higher than the figure for the same period during the previous government. Since 2005, mortality rate in mining mishaps has declined to 1 death for every 10 million tons of mining production from the previous figure of 6 million tons. Commodities. Although the petroleum industry provides the majority of economic revenues, about 75% of all mining sector employees work in mines producing minerals other than oil and natural gas. These include coal, iron ore, copper, lead, zinc, chromium, barite, salt, gypsum, molybdenum, strontium, silica, uranium, and gold. The mines at Sarcheshma in Kerman province contain the world's second largest lode of copper ore. Some 128,500 tons were extracted in 2000-2001. Large iron ore deposits exist in central Iran, near Bafq, Jaz, and Kerman. Iran produces orpiment and realgar arsenic concentrates, silver, asbestos, borax, hydraulic cement, clays, diatomite, feldspar, fluorspar, turquoise, industrial or glass sand, lime, magnesite, nitrogen, perlite, natural ochre and iron oxide mineral pigments, pumice and related volcanic materials, caustic soda, stones and decorative stones, celestite, natural sulfates, amber, tungsten, agate, lapis lazuli and talc. Iran also produces ferromanganese, ferromolybdenum, nepheline syenite, demantoids, phosphate rock, selenium, shell, andalusite, rockwool, garnet, gabbro, diorite, vermiculite, attapulgite, calcium, barium, rare earth elements, scandium, yttrium and zeolite, and had a capacity to mine onyx. Iran also has large deposits of herbertsmithite around the city of Anorak. Iron and steel iron ore. In 2009, Iran produced 25.5 million tons of iron ore. Alternatively, U.S. Geological Survey ranked Iran the 8th largest producer of iron ore in 2009 with 33 million tons of output. Chad Ormewu and Golgohar iron ore are the two largest iron ore mines. Chad Ormewu Mining and Industrial Company produced 9,498,000 mount of iron ore. It is the largest iron ore producer listed on the Tehran Stock Exchange. Golgohar Iron Ore Company produced 7,209,000 mount of iron ore. Golgohar pellet plant near the southern city of Surjan, the biggest of its kind in the Middle East, uses iron ore concentrates from the Golgohar mine in the province. The new plant produces 5 million tons of iron ore per year, enough for production of 2.5 million tons of steel. Iran Central Iron Ore Company produced 5,310,000 mount, with the remainder produced by other smaller public sector miners. In 2009, Iran exported about 10 million metric tons of iron ore, mainly to China. Gohar Zaman iron ore mine is expected to produce 140 million tons of ore by 2013. In 2012, Iran opened a sponge iron plant in Hormozgan province with a projected annual output of 1.8 million tons. Tariffs for the export of iron ore concentrate and pellet have been set at 50% and 35% respectively. Starting in 2012, iron ore companies will pay tariffs for their excavation licenses 2% of the price of a ton of steel billet for every ton of iron ore that they sell. Steel production capacity will reach 17 million tons from 10 million tons in 2009 after the private and state projects come on stream, and 40 million tons in 2012. Main steel mills are located in Esfahan and Khuzestan. Major raw steel producers in Iran are Mobarakeh Steel Mill, Khuzestan Steel Company, Isfahan Foundry, Iran National Steel Industries Group. Other notable or new steel producers in Iran are Azerbaijan Steel Company, Iran Steel Alloy Company, Avaz Pipe and Rolling Company, Khorasan Steel Company, Natanz Steel Complex, near the city of Isfahan with annual production capacity of 800,000 tons of steel rods and is the largest steel rod plant in the Middle East. Bonab Steel Complex, in the northwestern province of East Azerbaijan. The first unit is a corrugated steel bar production line, with a production capacity of 1 million tons per annum and is the largest of its kind in the Middle East. The second unit is a steel ingot production plant, with an annual capacity of 500,000 tons. In 2010, Iran also inaugurated the largest galvanized sheet production plant for automobiles in the Middle East in the city of Sharekord. The plant, which was financed by Iran Khodro and Saipa Group, has a capacity of 400,000 TPY. In 2012, a steel ingot plant was inaugurated in Hormozgan province of Iran. The Hormozgan Steel Company has the initial production capacity of 1.5 million tons per year, with the capacity to be extended to 3 million tons in a year. The plant has been built by an Iranian-German consortium. Iran became self-sufficient in steel production in 2009. In 2008, Iran produced 7.5 million tons of direct reduced iron. It produces 13% of global dry production and 41% of total Middle East dry production. In addition, these projects have resulted in industrial decentralization, development of underprivileged regions, increase in GNP and promotion of industrial infrastructure. Iran is the world's 16th steel producer. Bauxite and aluminium. Bauxite. In 2009, Iran will produce 230,000 tons of bauxite. Aluminium. Iran's aluminium production is targeted to exceed 400,000 tons in 2012 and 1.5 million by 2022. Planned projects include alumina mines, 100,000 TPA aluminium production project in North Khorasan, 276,000 TPA South Aluminium Project, as well as the 375,000 TPA Khuzestan Aluminium Project. As of 2012, the largest plants for aluminium production in Iran are Aralco, Almaty, Hormozgan Aluminium Smelter Plant in Bandar Abbas. The newly built Hormozgan plant, with an annual production capacity of 147,000 tons, is a joint venture between Iran and Italy. Coal. Iran has recoverable proven coal reserves of nearly 1.9 billion short tons, and with total estimated coal reserves of more than 50 billion short tons. By mid-2008, the country produced about 1.3 meters short tons of coal annually and consumed about 1.5 meters short tons, making it a small net importer of coal. Iran plans to increase hard coal production to 5 million tons in 2012 from 2 million tons in November 2008. Major coal producers and exporters in Iran are Kerman Coal Company, Eastern Alborz Coal Company, and Central Alborz Coal Company. Coke. In 2015, Iran will produce 1.7 million tons of coke. Zinc and lead. Iran has over 220 million tons of proven zinc and lead ore reserves, with approximately 11 million tons of zinc metal constituent and 5 million tons of lead metal constituent. Iran has just below 5% of the world's metal constituent reserves. Two important mines in Iran are Mahdi Abid, which has 75 million tons of ore with a zinc concentration of 6% and a lead concentration of 2.7%. Angouran mine, which has 16 million tons of ore with a zinc concentration of 26% and a lead concentration of 6%. In 2009, with approximately 165,000 tons of production, Iran ranked first in the Middle East and 15th in the world in terms of zinc and lead production. In 2009, Iran exported 77,000 tons of zinc and lead concentrate and ingot. The largest or most profitable producers of zinc and lead in Iran are Iran Zinc Mines Development Group, Bama Mining and Industrial Co., BAFGH Mines Co., Calcim & Co. Uranium. Iran is believed to have large reserves of uranium to use as nuclear fuel in different parts of Iran, including Bandar Abbas, Jast, North Khorasan and Iranian Azerbaijan. Copper. In 2009, Iran produced 383,000 tons of copper. As of 2011, Iran had the world's 9th largest reserves of copper at 32.5 million tons. The mines at Sarcheshma in Kerman province contain the world's 2nd largest load of copper ore. As of 2010, Iran ranked 10th in copper production and 17th in copper cathodes production. In 2009, Iran exported $1.2 billion worth of copper cathodes. National Iranian Copper Industries Company is one of the largest companies listed on the Tehran Stock Exchange and was the largest non-oil exporter in Iran in 2010 with exports worth $1.3 billion. Gold. Iran's total gold reserves are estimated at 320 metric tons. Based on a short-term program, gold production will reach 5 tons per year. Under the long-term plan, the figure will rise to 25 tons per annum. The main gold-rich regions in Iran are Meduk in Shari Barbik, Korapay in Paranshah, Nabijan in Kalibar, and Ayin in Varzakhan County, East Azerbaijan Province, Alik in Jolfa, Lofer, Kalorler, Sakez in the west, Paranshah in the west, Mahirabad in the east, Sheikhabad in the east. The gold mine in the city of Takab in the West Azerbaijan province has over 4 tons of proven gold reserves and 5.81 grams of gold can be netted from each ton of gold ore extracted from the mine. In 2012, 3 new gold mines with 16 tons of proven net gold deposits have been discovered in Sakez city in the western province of Kurdistan. As of 2014, gold ore reserves of Zareshurant mine in West Azerbaijan are estimated at 20 million tons with an average carat of 5.5 gram per ton, which is considered one of the most valuable known mines in the country. Cement. In 2009, IMIDRO reported that 9 countries including Syria, Venezuela, Bolivia, Algeria, Lebanon, Ecuador, Iraq, Belarus and one of the mid-Asian countries will have cement plants which will be constructed by Iranian engineers. Iran is the 8th cement producer in the world and second in the Middle East, after Turkey. In 2009, Iran produced some 65 million tons of cement per year and exported to 40 countries. There are 57 active production units in Iran as of 2010. As of 2010, 28 cement companies were listed on the Tehran Stock Exchange. Iran constitutes 1.8% of the world's cement production and 1.6% of the world's cement consumption. The main producers of cement are Fars and Khuzestan Group is Iran's largest producer of cement with a market share of 24%. Abayek with 8% market share, Tehran with 7% market share, Sepahan with 6% market share. Cement production prices in Iran are being liberalized since 2008. The cement industry is one of the economic sectors that will be hit the hardest in Iran following of the 2010 subsidy reform plan, because many Iranian cement factories are energy inefficient. Foreign investments. The government owns 90% of all mines and related large industries in Iran and is seeking foreign investment for the development of the mining sector. In the steel and copper sectors alone, the government is seeking to raise around $1.1 billion in foreign financing. In the early 1990s, the buyback method of transaction was introduced to bypass constitutional constraints on foreign investment and avoid potential political difficulties within the country. The scheme has government support for being an efficient means of attracting foreign capital, services and technical expertise, while reducing foreign exchange expenditures and expanding exports. If the Iranian government is to fulfill its 20-year plan to improve the country's mining sector, it's estimated that $20 billion, mostly in foreign investment, will be required. Projects eligible for buyback agreements and foreign loan facilities are projects that complete aluminium metal production lines, projects that mobilize coal, iron ore, steel, copper and pigment metals production, ferroalloys projects and gold production. Iran imports the following equipment to support its mining sector. Mining equipment such as drills, loaders and shovels, support equipment such as bulldozers, graders, trucks and auxiliaries, utility equipment such as compressed air plant equipment, water and wastewater treatment equipment, mechanical equipment including equipment for crude ore handling, grinding, separation and treatment purposes, laboratory and workshop equipment, power supply and distribution equipment, process control instruments. Most of the electrical distribution equipment for water supply and treatment utilities, along with steel works and storage facilities, are manufactured locally. There is a demand for high-quality second-hand machinery in Iran. To date, doing business in Iran has had political overtones. In this regard, countries which can maintain a neutral and impartial political image in the Middle East are advantaged. Production statistics. Iran's mineral produce include coal, metallic elements, sand and gravel, chemical minerals and salt. It has the world's largest zinc reserves, holds the second largest copper deposits and ranks 9th for its iron reserves. The following is a list of some of Iran's industrial mining production in their international rankings.